What's going on, everybody? This is Set4 here, and today or tonight I am back with another college football prediction video. And the game of the week between is the number 10th ranked Alabama going on the road to face off the number 19th ranked Missouri Tigers. And yes, the rankings will probably change tomorrow afternoon, and so these are just the current rankings right now. I'm making this video on Saturday night, so just deal with it. And this game will be played on October 11th of 2025, which is a 12 p.m. game. Bleh, do not like 12 p.m. games. I like more 3:30, 6:30, or 8 o'clock games. Mainly just the afternoon games. Just something about noon games I don't really like. But anyways, as further ado, let's go ahead and go through this slideshow. Next slide, we got the location of this game is at Memorial Stadium, which is Missouri. Never been to Missouri. Would like to go. Would just visit Missouri Stadium and would like to go to one of those games. And so yeah, there you guys have for the location. Last week, Alabama once again beats another ranked team, and they won against number 16th ranked Vanderbilt. The score was actually a lot closer than what people think. The majority of the game, and then Jam Miller had that late touchdown to seal the deal. It was like 23 to 14, and then Jam Miller had that last touchdown to beat Vanderbilt 30 to 14, and the record is 4-1 and 2-0 in the conference. And then Missouri had a bye week this week. Last week in week 5, they won against UMass 42 to 6. Pretty solid. They just destroyed UMass, and the record is 5-0 and 1-0 in the conference. Eli Drinkwitz has done a solid job so far with Missouri. So hey, this could be a trap game. This could be a trap game for Alabama. They could be probably sloppy, and who knows? The SEC is a wild, wild west. Anything can happen in the SEC because Texas just lost to Florida, and just anything can happen. In my opinion, anything can happen. This could be a trap game, and Missouri could potentially win against Alabama. So, next slide, we got previous meeting. The last time these two teams met was back in October 26th of 2024. Alabama won with a good whopping 34-0, and Alabama leads in this mini series 6-2 in this series for the between the two. All right, so the top 3 offensive players versus the top 3 defensive players as well. We got quarterback, running back, wide receiver, and of course also defensive lineman, linebacker, and defensive back. So we got quarterback Ty Simpson had a solid day against Vanderbilt, though it was a low-scoring game. Still solid in my opinion. He had 23 completions to 31 attempts at 340 passing yards, averaged about 11.0 per throw. Had 2 touchdowns and 1 interception. And Jam Miller had a great game today with 22 carries, 136 yards of rushing, averaged about 6.2 per carry, had 1 touchdown. Finally, we'll get to see Alabama utilizing the running game. They kind of struggled majority of the year with with the running game. So there you have with that. And of course, Ryan Williams once again having a solid week with 6 receptions, 98 yards of receiving, averaged about 16.3 per catch, and 1 touchdown for Alabama. In Missouri, we got Bo Pribula, who probably made the best decision of his life from moving on from Penn State to Missouri. He had 26 completions to 29 attempts, 241 yards of passing, averaged about 8.3 per throw, had 1 touchdown and 1 interception. A good day for him. We got Ahmad Hardy, 24 carries, 130 yards of rushing, averaged about 5.4 per carry, had 3 touchdowns. Solid day for him. It's a great game against UMass, which was last week. Which a wide receiver, Kevin Coleman Jr. He had 12 receptions, 108 receiving yards, averaged at 9.0 per catch. He had 0 touchdowns versus UMass. All right, so next we have the top 3 defensive players. We got Edric Hill for defensive lineman. He had 3 total tackles and 1 solo. We got linebacker Justin Jefferson with 14 total tackles, 9 solo, and 1 sack, and 1 TFL, which is tackles for loss. We got defensive back Deshaun Jones with 3 total tackles and 2 solo. And then next we have lastly Missouri with Chris McClellan with 3 total tackles and 1 solo. Khalil Jacobs, linebacker, 3 total tackles, 1 solo, and 1 tackles for loss. And the defensive back Jalen Catalan 5 total tackles, 1 solo, and 1 pass deflection. So there you guys have for the top 3 offensive players and top 3 defensive players. All right, full team stats. We got offense with total yards on offense for Alabama, 486 total yards, and they allowed 333 yards on defense. Passing, they had 340 yards of passing, and they only allowed 198 passing yards against Diego Pavia, which is pretty good because Diego is pretty solid quarterback for Vanderbilt, so to only hold them to 198 yards, pretty good. All right, so rushing offense, they had 146 rushing yards, definitely better than last week. Defense though, they only allowed 135 yards on defense, which is not bad. Turnovers, they had 1, penalties, they had 3, and time of possession was 37 minutes and 23 minutes. All right, lastly, we got Missouri with total yards of 521, really solid. Defense, 124 yards allowed. Passing, 253 yards on offense, and they only had 105 passing yards allowed on defense, which that's pretty good. And even though it's UMass, but hey, it's still pretty solid to only allow to 105 passing yards. All right, so rushing, this is a crazy stat too. They had 268 rushing yards, and they only allowed 19 rushing yards. That's crazy, and that's really solid for them. Turnovers, they had 1 turnover. Penalties, 1. Time possession, 38 minutes and 43 minutes. All right, so lastly, for my prediction, I may get a lot of hate for this, but I think the best bet for this one, even though it's at Missouri, I'm not, just to let you guys know, I'm not a fan of Alabama. I actually dislike Alabama. I'm not a big SEC fan. But I think my gut is going to go with Alabama here. And I think that my spread will be -7. My prediction will be 27-20. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. I think it's going to be an intense game. And just let me know what you guys think about this game. It's going to be very interesting to see how well these two teams do next Saturday. And, yes, let me know what you guys think. Comment down below. And thanks for watching. Y'all have a great rest of the night and a great weekend as well. And step forward here. Peace out.